Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about 0620 and 5070. Guys, both 0620 and 5070 are dealing with chemistry, Cambridge boards. So 0620 is related to IGCSE and 5070 is related to GCE Chemistry code. So I'm writing here very clearly it is related to IGCSE, whereas 5070 is related to GCE. Initially, before 2 years before, I must say, 2 years before, their syllabus contents have a little bit changes, but their paper patterns were more or less same. I'm going to discuss the changes in the paper pattern and the syllabus as well. But from the current year 2023 and onwards, their all content and their paper pattern have been similarized. You may say they have been merged together, or you may say this thing that they are perfectly similar in case of chemistry. So if I'm telling you what about 5070 and what about 0620, it will be very much clarifying the situation. And the next page here, I'm telling you about 5070 first of all. Okay. So in case of 5070, which is the GCE Chemistry code for chemistry, I'm telling you that here in Pakistan we are dealing with paper 1, which is called as MCQ paper, and that will be of 40 marks, and you will have only 40 questions in this. And in this 40 questions, all the questions will be MCQ questions. What is MCQ questions? That is called as multiple choice questions. Okay. You people have already practiced for multiple choice questions in grade 8th and before that as well, and that is giving you an idea that out of the four possibilities, you have to select one possibility. Okay. There will be 1 hour, which is equal to 60 minutes in this paper, and all the questions for this paper are compulsory. There will be no choice. Periodic table will be given in this paper. Okay, so the whole syllabus of chemistry will be included in this paper. We cannot leave any chapter on the choice. Okay, so this is related to paper 1. Okay. Now, if I'm telling you about paper 2, which is called as theory paper, and in this theory paper, basically, if I'm telling you 2 year before story, I will tell you that there were two sections and there was a choice and etc. But that all is finished now. When we are talking about theory paper currently, and it is implementable year till year 2025, and in this theory paper, which is called as paper 2, okay, so it will be of how many marks? It will be of 80 marks here. And I am telling you very clearly that what is the duration? It will be 1 hour and 45 minutes in this case, 1 hour 45 minutes. And very clearly, I'm telling you this as well, that there will be no choice. I have told you before as well. Okay. There will be no sections in this. All the syllabus is included in this. It will having short answer and questions. Short answer and structured questions, you may say. Sometimes you have to give the answer. One word answer can be there as well. One formula can be, and sometimes you have to write down a little bit details, okay, related to the question, what examiner is asking, and what are the marks related to that, what is the space, etc. All these things will be catered when we are solving paper 2, that is called as theory paper. Okay, all the papers have different type of weightages as well. That will be part of our discussion, and I'm telling you about that as well. Okay, then I'm writing here, I have told you that in paper 1 periodic table will be available. In paper 2 periodic table will be, paper 1 and paper 2 both will have periodic tables attached at their ends. When we are talking about paper 4, there is paper 4, which is called as alternative to practical paper. One should know this thing, that in alternative to practical paper, basically it is an alternative to the practical performance. We cannot perform the practical, but we have to use the knowledge of practical in this alternative to practical paper. In this alternative to practical paper, which is paper 4, it is of 30 marks marks now. Initially, it was of 60 marks and weightage was half. We were keeping the marks weightage half in that paper, but now from year 2023 onward, it is of 30 marks, and 30 marks paper you have to attempt over there. So you are not performing the practical, and you are writing the observation, writing the experimental detail, writing the graphical details in this alternative to practical paper. Okay, in this 30 marks, one should know this thing, that what is the duration? It is of 1 hour. Okay, very clearly I'm telling you it is of 1 hour. But you should know this thing, that there will be no periodic table. Okay, no periodic table in this paper. I'm very much clearly telling it to you, no periodic table in this paper 4. Okay, and then I'm taking you to the next page. Here I'm telling you that in this case, if we are talking about 0620, which is the 0620, it is the subject code for chemistry in IGCSE. Okay, in this case, we have paper 1. Guys, in 0620, basically there are two types of assessments. One is for the core and one is for the extended version. Most of the students are appearing, most of the students, I mean, most of the students mean like 98 or 99% of the students are appearing in the extended papers. Okay, core is having a different criteria, and core has many grades which are different from extended. We can have this as a part of our discussion, but currently I'm telling about 0620 regarding extended version. Okay, if I'm telling you about extended, I'm writing extended over here as well. Okay, so it will have a paper 2 for the MCQ. Okay, yes, it is paper 2, which is MCQ. It is okay, and it is of 45 minutes. Okay, time is different from a paper 1 MCQ of 5070 as well, and it is of 40 marks. Marks are similar in both cases, and one more thing I'm telling you, that there will be no choice, and one more thing is this, that 40 questions will be there. Okay, and it is also an MCQ, like you may say, just like the MCQs of 5070. In both paper of MCQ, both of them will have a periodic table attached at the end. Okay, so this is one of the point which in which students are really getting confused, that periodic table will be available or not. I'm telling you very clearly. Okay, so bache, there is another paper which is called as paper 4, and that is called as a theory paper. Okay, and that is also for the extended, and in this case, it will be 1 hour 15 minutes. Okay, 1 hour 15 minutes. It will be of 80 marks in this case, very clearly, it will be of 80 marks, and 1 hour 15 minutes. Here in this case, 80 marks, but 1 hour 45 minutes, and here in this case, it is 1 hour 15 minutes and 80 marks. Okay, now I'm telling about paper 6. Here is paper 6 is the ATP paper. In 5070, ATP was paper 4. Paper 6 is ATP. And one can say this thing, that it is of 1 hour. And you should know this thing, that it will be of 40 marks. Okay. Okay. So here I'm telling you guys, that will be of 40. And this is, I'm really very sorry, guys. This is of 40 marks here. I am telling you. Okay. So ATP marks are 40 in both cases, MCQ marks are 40 in both cases, and theory marks are 42. Okay, I am marking the marks very clearly. Okay, here, so here it is of 40 marks as well, and the duration is 1 hour. Here the durations are matching in both ATPs, but you can see this thing, that MCQ durations and theory durations are different in both cases. Guys, MCQ and theory of both systems will have their periodic tables at their end, and both of the papers of ATP will not have their periodic table at the end. Okay, so this is the basic idea about the papers. So Cambridge is going to assess you regarding these three papers, and both of the systems are having the papers might be on the same dates or might be on the different dates. Okay, Their question asking criteria, their point of views, their difficulty levels can be different from each other. But one thing which you should keep in your mind is this, that both of them have similar syllabus. So if one is giving a test of alphabets, so we can say this thing that one system is asking how to write A and the other system is asking how to write R, let's suppose. But both of the systems have the syllabus of alphabets, let's suppose. Okay. So one should know this thing, that while preparing and for a very good preparation, I will always suggest a student that they should practice both. If they are appearing in 5070, when they are finishing their syllabus and when they are revising their syllabus, practicing the past papers, they should not only practice the 5070, rather they should practice 0620 as well. So same is implementable for the 0620 students. If they are practicing 0620, if they are going to appear in 0620, they should practice 5070 as well. Okay, so that they may have the practice of different questions, different angles of the questions, etc. Okay, now I'm taking you to the new page, and in this case I'm telling you very clearly that what is the topic number one. Bete, the topic number one in both systems will be kinetic particle theory. Okay, guys, in kinetic particle theory, what we are going to study here. Before writing anything else, I would like to inform you that what the syllabus is telling us. In kinetic particle theory, the syllabus is telling us that what is the postulates, what are the 3 points of kinetic particle theory, what is the dealing of kinetic particle theory, and the second part of this chapter is dealing with diffusion. Before writing anything, I would like to tell you that we should know that there are three states of matter. No doubt, I agree that there is a fourth state of matter as well, which is called plasma. But here, right now, according to our syllabus, we are going to discuss the three states of matter. Excuse me. And those three states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. Before writing those solid, liquid, and gas, I am telling you very clearly that what are the 3 points of a kinetic particle theory. So here it is number 1 point, and that is telling us that there are three states of matter. Three states of matter. Number two, in every state, there are particles which are continuously moving. Okay. And number three is this: by changing temperature and pressure and or okay and or pressure, one state of matter can be transformed into another state of matter. Okay, so these are the three postulates, these are the 3 points related to kinetic particle theory. What is kinetic particle theory? Guys, before moving ahead, I would like to inform you that what is a matter. Matter is something which is occupying a specific volume, a specific area, and has a mass. Okay, so matter is a substance having mass and occupying volume. What is volume? Volume is an area occupied by an object. One should know the definition of volume very clearly. Volume is an area occupied by an object. Okay. So what is matter? Matter is a substance which has a mass and occupies a specific, a definite, a volume, you may say. Okay. So now I'm taking you to the next page, and that page is telling you about the three states of matter. Three states of matter. Okay. Okay. So in these three states of matter, one can say that number one state is solid, whereas number two state is liquid, number three state is a gas. Okay, number three state is a gas. Guys, I'm trying to teach you every point in a very simple and proper detail so that any student who is finding a difficulty in this subject can find the things easily, can understand the concepts thoroughly, inshallah. Okay, so right now I'm telling you the first state, and that is called as solid. Okay, before moving ahead, I would like to give the numbers to the pages. I am working on this page, and this was the page number one, so that any of the student can have a proper thing in their minds that how many pages we have covered. It is page number three, and now we are working on page number four. If I'm telling you about solid, guys, we know what is a solid. As in case of a solid, the particles are very much compactly packed, very much tightly packed. The particles of a solid are not moving from one place to another place. No doubt the particles of a solid are moving. So what is the point number one in case of a solid? The particles are compactly packed. They are vibrating at their fixed positions. So one can say this thing, what is vibrating at their fixed position? What is the vibrational movement? Vibrational movement is a specific movement in which particles are not leaving their positions, but they are moving at their fixed position. Okay. So what is the point number one in case of a solid? They have a fixed shape. Just consider they have a fixed shape, okay? And in case of a solid, we can say they have a fixed volume as well. Fixed shape and fixed volume. Okay. So what is the explanation of all this? I'm going to tell you. And they show vibrational movement. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of a fixed shape and what is the meaning of a fixed volume and what the third point is telling us? Okay, guys, just consider this ballpoint in your hand, and if you are placing it in your room, or if you are taking it in your living room, or if you are changing the country of that ballpoint, what will happen? Is it changing its shape? Is it turning into a rubber? Is it turning into a sharpener? No, the shape of the pencil, the ballpoint will be remain same. So one can say this thing that the shape of a solid will remain same. If we are considering that what is the volume of the notebook, for example, the notebook you are keeping right now in front of you is there on a table. It is occupying a specific area. So if you are changing the position of that notebook from that table to your bed, will it occupy the whole bed? No, it will occupy the same volume which it was occupying on that table. So it means that by changing the position, by changing the place, the area, the volume occupied by a solid object will remain same. It is not undergoing a change. Okay, so we can say this thing that a solid has a fixed volume. What is the point number three? In case of a point number three, particles of a solid are moving in a fixed position. What is the movement in a fixed position? Oh, yes, guys, you can recall that a phone, your cell phone, for example, if you are switching it on the vibrational mode, what is happening? Is it changing its shape? It is changing its position, its shape? No, it is neither changing its shape. It is not changing its position. It is not changing from one place to another place, but it is moving. So we can say this thing that a vibrational movement is a movement which is happening at the fixed position. So we can say this thing that in case of a solid, position is fixed, shape is fixed, volume is fixed. Position is fixed is might be not a very correct answer, very correct statement, because position is telling you about the appearance as well. So one can change the direction of the copy. So hence we can say it can be either in the horizontal position or in the vertical position. So please be careful about using the word of position. One should say this thing in case of a solid, that it is at a fixed shape, fixed volume, and particles of a solid are moving at their fixed position, called vibrational movement. Guys, now I'm going to draw the diagram of solid, and that is like this. Okay, so when examiner is asking you to draw the diagram of a solid, one should draw the diagram of a general solid like this. If you will make a very big box, you will be requiring a longer interval of time to fill it up as well. Okay, don't overlap them, but please make sure that particles are closer to each other. They are attaching with each other. They are just touching each other very clearly. Okay, is that clear, guys? So this was all about today, and I have explained you till the whole idea of the paper pattern, and we have started the discussion of the first topic. Inshallah, in my next lecture we are going to discuss from solid onwards. We have finished the solid, and now we are going to discuss about liquids and gases and further. Okay, thank you very much, guys. See you in the next class.